All right, welcome everyone, Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Andor, Season 2, Episode 3. Good job, Cassian.
Yeah.
You made it off the planet.
You're free.
Moon, rather.
That's true.
But where do you go now?
Just go back to wherever the drop spot, I guess, was going to be for the ship.
Yep, maybe pick up Bix or something, because that whole plan, that whole mission is, well, it kind of went up in a whole bunch of smoke and screams.
It's kiboshed. The place that he'd be headed to, though, is currently under Imperial inspection, blackout, which is really creepy and scary, not just
Very
from a
worried for
galactic
Bix.
standpoint, but also in the personal situation that they seem to be very much foreshadowing and hinting at.
Yep.
Very, very unsettling. But she's not alone over there. It's more just that this episode is probably where the inspection is going to conclude.
Yeah.
And with this being a show that handles things in 3-episode arcs,
I get the feeling people are going to die
I
this
get the
episode.
feeling things are going to get pretty dicey.
Yeah, at the very least get very dicey.
Yeah. On Chandrila, though, Ma now has her friend Tay.
Yeah.
Basically saying, I need to get paid.
Right. And she thinks she can get a number. Cool. Awesome. But Luthen might not see the same perspective on this.
I think his number might be -1.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or maybe 86, you know.
Yep.
Or maybe just 6 feet under, you know.
Right, exactly. Doesn't even need to be 8 miles out. Yeah,
No, exactly.
So,
yeah. I mean, I'm
see how this
excited.
goes.
I'm excited to see Luthen navigate things as the art dealer persona while like dabbling in the rebel stuff in a way that he's probably not supposed to.
No.
Given his
You're at a different job right now.
Right. Given that his second is not here to oversee him and manage
Maybe rein
him a
him
little
in.
bit and rein him in, exactly. But Vel is there. She could also be one that, maybe spikes his drink and takes him up on a hike, and he fell.
Yeah, or he just, doesn't come back. They go on a long vacation together.
Yeah, but either way, this is bad because they do need him to be able to smooth things over with their foundation money so they can keep funding things properly. Because then if he's done, then they don't have their inside man for that anymore.
What happens with that?
Yeah. Exactly. So you kind of need him, but also,
we will have to see. But the other thing that we might have to see is a bit more of Cyril and Dedra, because we didn't actually we got some, but we didn't get a lot that episode, and they didn't get some. Scheduled for tomorrow. So next episode, maybe
today. This episode probably. So, y'all. Without further ado, let's get into this. Dazzling. The shadow looms over it. Yep. Nice. Perfect.
See if this thing's good enough to send a message. Well, good thing you're doing it out.
About there being no gravity in space,
Yeah.
Clear the way. There you go. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. That's adorable.
Yeah.
I look like help because I'm so tall and mighty.
Oh, yay.
The happy status quo that we have here that isn't about to be disrupted in any way, shape, or form.
We're the savior.
Please. You know Cassian's friend, the big boss. If you do and don't want to say so, that's fine. Someone needs to tell him what's going on here.
Oh, yeah.
Can't they just leave us in peace?
Keep your head down.
I love it. The simplest of motivations of like, you guys are my ticket to the outside world to
We need help,
and have like this stop.
I get the feeling they'll need to have gone today, though.
I think so
Tonight
too.
will be too late.
Oh, mother and daughter.
Hey.
We can put it off. And it will be remembered as an act of great bravery. I promise you. You do not have to go through with this.
That's true.
I wish you were drunk.
Yeah, it's kind of late for this, Mon. Yeah. in terms of talking about this.
That's a cool veil.
Yeah. It's got to have been fun for the designers and everything to actually like set up all the ritual and culture that would go into a wedding for a planet that, you know,
Yeah.
never's had this kind of... Nice, the two families joining.
Yep.
It's like planets entering orbit.
Right.
Name an Kefra.
Tabayama Ke Dronodama.
A blade.
They're gonna do some like blood joining or something.
I think he offers it to her. It's very, very interestingly like...
Oh wait, three places. Do they
Yeah.
have dinner plans?
I think so, yeah.
Oh my god, is his mom coming over?
They're hosting someone.
Oh my god. Yes.
If it's
Yes.
his mom,
Holy shit.
I am going to lose it.
I am here for this.
I love that those are her outfit choices.
Yeah.
It's like... It is his mom, it has to be.
Yeah.
The fakest
Incredible.
of smiles. Oh my god. This music, too.
I love it. Oh my god. And she's nervous.
I mean, everyone has a...
Oh.
Like a... Yeah, just breathe. This being of chaos is...
Yep. Oh my
she's
god.
here.
This is Dedra.
Edie, please.
Such a pleasure to finally meet you.
Finally, indeed. You look nothing like what I expected.
Oh my god.
One longs for courtesy, don't you think?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh my god.
Show me your wonderful home.
You weren't kidding.
I hate her.
I was trained to fly. Did you know that? Did anyone know that? I can't fly the ship. The drop is compromised. I've been upside down for 2 days.
You won't get through. There's a frequency blockade.
What's going on there?
I don't know, which is why I'm telling you to keep the signal open.
Ah, god damn it. Well, I mean, maybe Cassian will end up saving them. Like...
God damn.
Bro, watch him come in with this ship, blow the Imperial ship to hell,
That would be awesome.
and then they send a Star Destroyer.
It was an expensive delusion. One day, suddenly, he was gone. And all we had was each other. And determination. If not for the charity of his Uncle Har.
Oh gosh. Uncle Harlow again, here we go.
Cyril's shared the story with me.
Really? Oh.
Can I hear his version of things?
Found someone with whom we can actually communicate.
Mother, would you like
I'll
some...
get there.
Yep.
My parents were criminals. They were arrested when I was 3
Oh, wow.
in an Imperial kinderblock.
Whoa, she's young.
Yeah.
Dang.
We had everything we needed.
Except a mother's love.
We didn't know what we were missing.
Incredible
Mwah.
dialogue. But that was... God, is that a painful scene.
Yeah. Painful,
Raw.
and yet I loved how painful it was.
Yeah.
Who's gonna tell them?
I'll do it. We'll wait to break down a cab.
I love the, like,
Yeah.
how are we going to tell the droid? He's all out there with his buddy.
Yeah, that we're moving. We might never come back.
Everyone goes away from me. They spent so much time preparing that. Look at that thing.
You'll toughen him up.
I have a different plan in.
Yeah.
But when I say the word plan, that makes it sound optional, which is not the impression you should be
Oh!
taking away.
Oh!
This game ends now.
Whoa! Oh, shit! Wait!
Had a mouthful.
I'm not done. You can spare me the Uncle Harlow testimony.
Yeah.
I've had a look at his ISB criminal files.
Oh!
And that is not a story you want to be advertising. He's been promoted twice.
Yeah. Now she's gushing about. Damn. She's standing. And now I see the heels. The complete tone shift.
Perhaps some more cakes?
He's like, I am so turned on.
He's like, whoa. Maybe they planned this as well. She was like, if she becomes a problem, you exit the room and that'll give me the signal to go full ISB on her ass.
Right.
I loved that.
That was
Boundaries,
incredible.
confrontation, but it's by our villain.
Yeah.
Stolen 25,000 years ago when Chandrilla was sacked by Rakatan invaders.
25K, that's around that time, yeah. Very nice.
Well, we weren't really welcome anywhere for a while. We bounced around until she passed away, and then Mon stepped in.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me.
You palm something off of him?
Yeah. Here's a lesson for us all.
Interesting. Entertaining the Imperials there.
You could be very helpful to me right now, but we'll discuss all this on Coruscant next.
Wow.
Subordinatima.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. God, her non-verbal communication, the acting,
the acting's
face
fantastic.
is so good.
I'm telling you now, babe.
No, now. It's too late.
We won't be away long.
It's too little long already.
Oh.
She knows all your friends and how to make sure you rest when you need to.
Be fine, Bee. We'll have so much fun we'll forget all about them.
I don't want to forget.
Oh my God. He's here. Is that him?
It might be, but...
They're sweeping the far fields and they'll be coming back. We could get pinned down here.
We gotta move.
Yeah, actually, no. The fins were closed, so it could have been
His
just a
speed
shuttle.
is gone.
Are you kidding me?
He went to go see her?
Yeah.
No!
Oh my God.
It's best you don't know.
Until when?
I don't know until they leave. There's just no choice.
Yeah, he said he'd say goodbye. And this isn't one of those tragically breaking your word things. This is one of those tragically keeping your word things.
All right. They didn't move fast enough.
This piece of shit. So now he's got to run back the whole goddamn way. Okay.
Yeah. Oh. Everything's moving.
Hopefully you can find him, pick him up, but I get the feeling he's the one that's gonna die.
We'll be vulnerable forever.
Yep.
You need to be protected.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you're saying.
How nice for you.
Yeah. That's a
That's
lovely
a
little bit
lovely
of privilege
answer.
you have
Yeah.
there.
I love it.
I love the design of the robot too, as well.
That bit of homage to the torture robot in episode 5 and the assassin droid in episode 2. Okay.
All right.
So that
wow,
wasn't
he
him.
came straight here. Crap, now she's alone.
Fuck, come on.
Ah!
Can we not?
An emergency repair in the 800, so.
It's a long way to go. There's no one closer.
Yeah, that does look really suspicious, yeah. Crap.
The way he does these little movements with his face that just...
I got one.
Celebration! Yay!
These are all drinks of ignorance. Of like, if I keep my head down long enough. no way you can move fast enough.
Dad. Strong hands.
Oh, that looks like a Star Destroyer. It might
so
be.
then they sent something into lower atmo that was smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That's a Star Destroyer. Shit.
Oh, crap. Oh, boy.
Back to the dancing. Yep, just keep dancing, Mon Mothma. It'll all be fine. Oh! Good one!
You gotta hit him again. You gotta hit him again.
Get him again. He'll have a gun.
He has a gun. He has a gun. He's disoriented. He might miss, but if this shot goes off...
Sir.
Get fucked.
Bouncer! 6 with me, you 5 for the prince. Let's go.
Okay. This is scary, but we can work with this.
Yep, good job.
Well, not much to hide in fields of wheat, so...
Yeah.
Fulmer?
Yes.
I wasn't sure.
Where's Otto?
I don't know. I was just called to fill in.
Is that Cinta?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. That's why you haven't seen her.
Mm-hmm.
She's working.
Yep. I love it.
Dang, all right, that's Tay taken care of.
Oh, my God. Oh, hey, what's this new ship? I didn't know we had one of those.
Oh, y'all are getting shredded.
Transport! See done! There's a TIE fighter!
yeah, what?
Hey, getting away!
Shit. Oh, now crap! Go!
Fuck!
No.
No, the stormtrooper's aiming! They're not supposed to do that!
Yeah.
It's like Battlefront.
No!
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Yeah, they got him. Yeah, they got him.
Right through the heart.
Squared. Yep. All right. Well,
let's get out of here.
Hey!
Okay.
Get it. Come on.
Back to the dancing, yeah. And now Mon Mothma's fully into it, yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And he's gonna be like, hey, that's awesome, nice to see you unwind.
No, I think if anything, he'd probably be a little bit like, wait, like,
yeah.
Why?
Mm-hmm. Last time we're ever gonna see him.
Yeah. With the music carrying through.
Yep.
Just makes it
They're all just dancing,
unsettling.
trying to find their little bit of happiness in this crazy galaxy. That was an incredible episode. Okay,
y'all, we're back. Season 2 has hands. Now, there's a lot to talk about this episode.
Yeah.
Getting it just out the gate here. We'll save the discussion about the very intense dark scene till the end if you don't want to talk about some potentially triggering stuff. So, just fair bit of warning about that. We'll be saving that discussion till the end of it here.
Right.
But this episode had a lot of things going for it.
It did. So much stuff. First, just because that end bit of the episode is a bit intense.
Right.
Let's talk about that amazing
Dinner
Dedra
scene.
Cyril dinner date with Mom.
Like,
oh my God.
Once I saw him in the apron, and I'm like, seeing him cooking, I'm like, this is for Mom.
And 3 plates. It's like...
3 plates. And then
it's
Dedra, trying, different outfits. Like, which one is going to make me look like,
right.
a host, but also powerful.
Yeah.
like I loved the way in which she kind of was like, I could go for Imperial White or Imperial Black. Which
Ooh,
one?
they're both so good.
Which one gives the most statement here? You know?
The
the solidarity to basically say there has been communication that's happened in between the year of time skip that's happened since their relationship kind of started.
Yep.
And now. So there's some things that we can assume. One, that they actually enjoy being together.
Yeah.
They have a system. They have a routine.
Yeah.
Two, that the conversations that Cyril has had to open up about the way he cannot stand his mother is a big deal. Now, this is another thing. Because it's been a year, they have not met until it's been a year of them dating.
And there were the lines dropped of like we can't reschedule again, so like they have been putting this off for sure.
Right. And probably what's been helping Cyril get like confident enough to do this has been Dedra being like, we're gonna do this, and I'm going to go to bat for
exactly,
you.
right. Like because the fact that also that she said that with the like, you got to do this, like this is something that know.
I love the symbolism here because you think about this in just being a dinner scene, and you're like, oh, this is just a dinner scene where we've got a helicopter mother, and the girlfriend basically says, hey, step off, give healthy boundaries, or I'm going to protect him from you.
Right.
But if you think about this in the context that this is Star Wars.
She's ISB.
No, you're missing the point.
Yeah.
The mom is the Empire.
Right.
Dedra is protecting the oppressed from the oppressor.
Yes. I know. It's amazing.
It's hilariously amazing.
Isn't it incredible?
Because she's the one doing the oppressing as the Empire.
Oh, yeah. No. Well, like, okay. It's a fantastic scene on its own. It's a fantastic scene in the context of Star Wars, and it's a fantastic scene in the context of the episode because using like the whole Mon Mothma just dance it away. It's fine, right? Just
I don't
keep
have
drinking.
to face it.
I don't have to face it, right?
I don't have to confront this.
Here we have a person who is all about facing it to a fault, to a very problematic fault,
like to a like a stern,
to a genocidal fault, like let's be real with what's probably gonna end up happening with the planet that she's gonna manage, right? But then there's this person, and she's like, nah, I'm not gonna stand for this shit.
Me. I'm not afraid of you.
Yeah, like
I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
Right, and the way that she like commands her compliance through actually being like, no, I will give you some things that you want.
We will reach a compromise.
Yeah.
And
you'll be visited twice a month. He will call you.
If you want to dictate the terms a little bit, you can do that in the lovely delusions of your little head. But this is what you're getting. There will be no options from here on out.
Nope.
I loved the idea of this game ends now.
Yeah.
Like,
here's the plan. But when I say that, I don't want you to think that it's optional.
Like, his mother was a nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing that was kind of funny about her is I think that in a lot of ways, her over-the-top nature lent itself to the sad but also pathetic aspects of Cyril. But in a lot of ways, many of us have been in those situations where someone who has access to our vulnerabilities plays and preys upon them.
Right.
And what's needed is to stand up and fight back.
Right.
But sometimes you actually don't have the capacity to do that yourself.
Yes.
Sometimes you don't actually believe you have the capacity to do that yourself. And so you need someone to come along and help you.
Yeah.
So this scene happening in the context of Mon Mothma being blackmailed and being like, I don't know what to do. Surely we'll find a number. And Luthen's like, there's only one number that matters.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know what you mean. It's like, that's nice. That's real cute.
I'm real happy for you.
I'm real happy for you that you can somehow
still live in that lie.
And like, the instant he said that, her brain immediately went to him being killed. Like, you know Mon Mothma was like, fuck. Like the second he said that, he shattered the illusion.
Right.
And she's like,
she
I
already,
need to drink.
She already knew, and she's like, I'm gonna try and like
stick my head in the
close
sand.
one eye, you know? And then he's like, and she's like, oh shit, I need sterner stuff than just, you know, pretend like looking the other way. I need to actually, you know, just.
And I think that's a lovely flaw for a character to have who's in a very privileged environment and lifestyle, is that she's been able to get away with being very progressive and giving like good help to the rebellion in a behind the scenes kind of way. And also in a way helping push back against the Emperor's dictatorial rule through what she's been doing on the open side of things as well, earning the ire of even her husband and many of his political friends. But then realizing you can't just stand in the middle of all this here. It's really scary how much people would rather stick their head in the sand to almost the point where they would die. Like they would go into their grave basically, rather than actually standing up. And that was what Cyril did. Thankfully, he had Dedra, which is just such a fun statement to say.
Yeah, I know.
Mon did that as well. Thankfully, she had Luthen. But no, not Bix. We'll get into Bix eventually.
Right. Also,
but
I just love the idea that that Vel's girlfriend, I forget her name. Cinta, yeah. That when she just shows up, she's just the Terminator. Like just when she's there, the people that she's with, they're dead. Like, we're not going to show it on screen, but we don't need to. You just,
because
you know how this goes.
they were originally tasked with killing Cassian back on Ferrix. Because they thought he was a potential risk of giving away all their stuff.
And, you know, killing the family, you know, on Aldhani that complied with them and everything, right? Because, well, they've seen our faces, right? And that was just such a fun way to have her get brought back in when it had been mentioned of like, oh, yeah, where is she? Well, you know.
Well, she'll see me when she wants to.
Yeah, right.
And it's clearly upsetting Vel because she's like, I'm on call. Like, I'm just waiting for my time to go in. But I guess I'm not needed right now. So I guess I can attend the family gathering thing.
Yeah.
Sure, we can pretend like this is okay. Sure. Galaxy's out there screaming in agony, and we're here laughing and dancing it up. And
the idea that the farmer guy that was helping them on the planet and then ended up betraying them, that it was just tell them about what's happening here. And it's just, no, that this is everywhere.
Yeah, I do like the nuance, to use the word that guy brought up, but the nuance of the situation where we don't know for sure that he gave them up.
Sure,
like,
we don't.
There's a couple things that might have happened. One of the ones that immediately puts things into a very gray area that I think is more likely than even him specifically giving all of them up, or even just specifically Brasso, is the idea that he was like, you need to give me one. Give me one illegal so I can show that we've done something here.
Right, I understand that, you know...
90% of them here are...
Right, and that's how we keep this place, you know, functioning and all that stuff. But I need something for my report.
Right, I need one. And the idea that he's just like, well, he's nearby.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
And that could have been it. But I do think he definitely betrayed them. But the idea of the situation that he's in was actually that dicey.
Oh, yeah.
We don't know what was going on in the room, like in the building,
Right, like we see that, I can't remember if it was the lieutenant or a different Imperial.
It was a sergeant, basically. The lieutenant went off with the driver to go and assault Bix, but then his XO stayed with the main group.
And was that the one that was looking at the farmer's daughter?
No, that's all the lieutenant. That's all the lieutenant. Right. No, the XO went basically with the majority of the soldiers, and they were going in basically to say like, hey, we need to, give us food.
Right.
We're going to do our inspection here, basically. But that was all just the excuse for the lieutenant to show up before inspection and attack Bix, basically, and get what he wanted. Because he was basically doing a far more fucked up version of what I was theorizing, is basically like, oh, if you just let me assault you, and then everyone else will be fine. Like he was going to do the most kind of fucked up power quid pro quo kind of thing there for that. But yeah, Cassian's back. saved everybody.
Awesome. That was very satisfying seeing that ship just blow them to shreds.
I do love the idea of how much power a single TIE fighter has in this series.
Yeah.
We saw it earlier in season 1, but now with Cassian having one.
Yep.
And one that apparently he wasn't even meant to be flying, which was the downed ship, potentially. Or the ship that they took when they dipped the crew on Yavin 4.
Yeah, something.
Because he was talking to
because he was supposed
assistant.
He was supposed to exchange the ship.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, so it's probably just that there's a rebel group that has an air fleet of some kind.
Right.
And they're just dropping off another weapon for them in exchange for like a freighter or something.
You're right. It's fantastic. Some prototype new weapon that the Empire was going to, you know, mass produce or whatever.
They'll probably reverse. They're actually, you know what they're probably going to do? They're probably going to take it, disassemble it, and learn everything they could from the weapons technology within it to be able to make their own ships and stuff.
Yeah, and be like, all right, cool. Now let's, figure out how to...
Because remember, the rebels are backed by entire planets.
Oh, yeah, they just...
Secretly at this point. That
secretly send that to Mon Calamari and be like, hey...
Yeah, let's build this thing called an A-Wing, you know?
Have fun.
Have fun with that. Yeah.
Right.
No, there's so much happening in the background at this point for BBY that, like, it's now at the point where the Rebel Alliance is basically just starting to figure out who's in the Alliance, you know?
Right, yeah, because even that, they didn't...
Right, they didn't know.
So,
very, very fun to have Cassian get to be the big damn hero with the pilot thing here. But this still was like...
Oh, yeah, that was...
This still was probably one of the most uncomfortable moments I've ever watched in Star Wars because...
Oh, easily
there's
for me.
There's an underlying and often to the degradation of the fan base and the media and Star Wars media in general, saying like Star Wars is just a kids show. Star Wars is just a kids story. It's stuff for kids or what have you. And I totally know where that comes from. A lot of Star Wars is just a means to sell toys at this point. And it has been since the prequels. And even since like the Return of the Jedi and Empire.
Yeah.
But that being said, we have media that goes all the way down to like Rise of the Resistance or what have you. And then we have some of the more complex episodes that are within an animated medium like the Clone Wars TV show.
Sure. Yeah.
Goes in some very dark, heavy stuff.
Yeah.
To now we have Andor, which has done, I believe, the first ever instance of sexual assault in a Star Wars piece of media.
Oh, yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
And this was brutal. Like this was violent. This was This was very adult.
Even the fact that they said the R word in a Disney property, I was like, good job. Like,
I was proud of them.
Yeah,
almost,
like, okay.
Don't try and sugarcoat this.
Because there's something that I almost had wanted to bring up in the previous episode when the concept of this content was introduced, right?
Yeah.
Because that scene was very telegraphed from the previous episode, right?
It was telegraphed from the first episode with her having a nightmare of being...
Sure. Yeah.
Being assaulted in the past.
So a lot of times in fiction, and I bring this up because it's very relevant to the roots of Star Wars. Star Wars comes from that classic like, yes, I have my death ray, and I will do the whatever mustache twirling evil thing, right?
Yeah.
And that can be fun and stuff for fiction. We love that we got A New Hope, and it worked great. But there's this idea, and there was an SNL skit on this with The Rock, where basically. There's the things that we use for evil in fiction, and there's the things that's the actual evil in real life, right? You could have some kind of death ray or whatever, but that's not going to communicate the same level of evil as just the crimes that this lieutenant has committed over the course of his career, right?
Yes.
Like that.
He's done this many times.
Right? So that is a better example of the Empire's evil in a lot of ways than knowing on some heady conceptual level what kind of war crimes Daedra is going to do to the people on the planet, right?
I mean, which we actually do need to talk about that in the context of that what they're actually going to be doing is raping the planet. They're going to be gouge mining it down to the point that it potentially gets completely stripped of everything that it is.
And the whole idea of like the forcefully relocating the people, you can look at that on a spreadsheet and be like, yes, we relocated the people, or a bunch of people died or whatever. But really, it's going to be that they're going to have a lot of people like the lieutenant that are going to go down and make happen what they need to have happen. And the well-being of those people are not a concern, and so what the people do down there is not going to be a concern, right?
No.
You know, so that's
I'm excited for the details because, again, I kind of know what's coming with that. It's bad. It's
yeah,
really
right.
bad.
Of course, it's going to be, and I love that we get that as that sort of reminder because it was so awesome watching Dedra just be a badass, right? That we also do want to, like. This is the Empire, right? Like, she is ISB, right? Yeah. This same person that stood up for Cyril is absolutely going to then, bring about some atrocious, crimes against humanity, right?
Right.
Like, and that's what we're rebelling against. And I feel like it's often in fiction that when you have a character that the audience enjoys, you'll want to kind of shy away from the things that you're actually setting them up as being capable of.
Right.
Right? Like... Yeah. Because, well, they're an enjoyable character, and so we want people to keep liking them because then they'll like the series, right, or the property or whatever. And that doesn't really work.
Because art is not responsible for the way it makes you feel. Like, I mean, like this is something where we're telling a story here and stuff. But Andor as a show and as a story is not just trying to tell you a fictional story set in the Star Wars universe. It is trying to portray to you a piece of human art. Of how dangerous unchecked power is.
Yes.
And how easy it is if you actually just look up and you stop keeping your head down, that it is to get radicalized against that because it's fucking evil. Like, it's right there. It's not hard to see.
Yeah.
And so the decisions that the characters make in this drama to either for their own sake or even for others' sakes, put their head down or lift their head up and stand up and fight back. It's just art. It's wonderful.
It's absolutely fantastic.
It's fantastic.
And to go back to Dedra, because that scene was so incredible, and I think it brings new perspective for me with how I thought things were going to go from the previous episode and some of the stuff we talked about with Dedra and Cyril. We saw her legitimately like the fact that we saw her shaking that little bit, right? When she's like tough as nails.
I think a human being. Yeah.
No, right. Yes, exactly. And that is important to...
She's not a robot.
That is important to remind us of because the atrocities are always committed by human beings, right? And she is going to commit atrocities. But the fact that she actually really does care about Cyril, I was not sure exactly what direction it was going to go.
Yeah, and we learned actually a very important bit about her in that she had her parents arrested. She didn't have her parents arrested. Her parents were arrested when she was really young, and she was raised in an Imperial Kinderblock. Now, the part that's fascinating to me about this is she doesn't look that young.
Right, like this is for BBY, so that would have been, 16 years ago? Yeah, no, that I don't think that quite.
Yeah, what I think she did, and she might be also glazing over this a little bit, is that if her parents were arrested at 3, the time that she went from a parents arrested at 3 to raised in an Imperial Kinderblock, there might have been some time in between there.
Yeah, for some of that it might, but for a lot of that it might have been a Republic Kinderblock or whatever.
Well, no, not just that. She might have been on the streets just trying to survive, basically. Sure. And so if she's in a situation that's bad, she doesn't need to give her vulnerabilities in its entirety over to the mother here. But I did find it very, just kind of like, the speed with which she brushed over that of, yes, she's had nobody.
I love the idea
so
of
it makes sense then if Cyril's just somebody that's safe and is someone that's his thing is just he's a little bit, a bit of a stickler for order
details and all that stuff. Yeah.
That's a fine problem to have to deal with. That's not that big of a deal.
Right.
He's a little OCD.
Yeah, no. All the red flags and issues that would otherwise be there for a more regular person in a regular position that their relationship started with.
He's a little bit emotionally unavailable. That's probably the worst part, honestly. But even then, we don't know that for sure.
No, I think he's very emotionally available if he's properly...
if he feels safe, yeah.
Well, yes. If he feels safe, but also if he feels like his... Like he has a place, you know, like not just that he'll be okay, but that he has like a purpose. I found my place where me as a cog, I'm a good cog, and I can go in here and be a cog.
Yeah.
I'm real excited about that. It's
so sad, but it's just like
my name's Ken and I'm enough and I'm great at doing stuff. Like Cyril is I'm great at doing stuff. I was a good officer, right? Like the thing that bugged him the most when his mom came over is her then degrading basically what he did and what he was passionate about and worked hard for, right? And that's one of the reasons why he finds Dedra so attractive, is because she's the one who is driven and works hard and, you know, and gets shit done.
In some ways is too busy winning to care about criticizing
right.
Why would she waste her time on
completely
that?
ass backwards anyways. Right. Like that's for people that have nothing better to do, you know? Right? Yeah. And so of course, they're in that way, they're a perfect match. This is going to end in disaster, especially now that she actually, like, we can see that she really does care about him, because oh boy, he don't know exactly what you do, my girl.
Yeah.
And
I mean, nobody should know.
But like,
it is.
Like, it's actually,
there's something
when it goes down in flames, it's actually going to like hurt her.
Oh, it's going to be epic. Is what it's going to be. Those flames will be massive.
Yep.
So now that Cassian is reunited with Bix, and I believe that's Bix's brother still.
Yeah.
They can actually like move forward here. I loved the indignation in Cassian's face, though, just kind of realizing like, yeah, this is just getting revved up. We're just getting started.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to use some missiles on the stormtroopers that are running, you know.
Right, that was
like that's the
I'm terminating with extreme prejudice here.
It's fun having the tables get turned finally, you know, and being the one that gets to, you know, be in power and run.
Yeah.
It won't help, you know.
Yeah, it was rather almost chilling, to say the least, because I think music is one of Star Wars' most powerful things that it has going for it to help the story.
Yes.
But it's also like not, I think it's still underrated.
Oh.
But the power in which the music was not as triumphant during that scene to show that now the tables flipped.
Yep.
He's the one hovering above with the hand of
God,
judgment, basically being like, I decide, you die, you die, you die, you die.
Exactly.
In fact, you guys, you know, now I'm not going to kill you quickly. Shoot that, yeah.
Right, exactly. Like
obviously he has to keep everybody safe, sure.
Right, but everybody is, from the immediate sense, everybody's safe at this point. Killing these people won't protect any of the people on the planet.
No, there's a Star Destroyer.
There's a Star Destroyer. That's still a thing, right? Like, and if anything, the more people that die, you know,
the biggest
worse
thing
things
keeping
could be.
these people safe is that the Empire is probably actually does care about the fact that they make food that will be helpful for the Empire.
Yeah.
And there's no reason to just randomly kill a whole bunch of them.
And maybe just, kill all the people who would have seen faces. That way they have less information.
But still, that's more people that are going to die.
Yeah.
So, that's our first mini arc for Andor Season 2.
It was awesome.
I'm
so excited for the next one.
Yeah, I'm excited to hopefully have a little bit of a time skip. I think that the connective tissue coming forth from this is primarily on the Imperial side of things.
Yes.
It could be interesting to see the details as to where this ship specifically ends up, but I don't really care too much because it was part of a botched mission to begin with.
Right.
So it might be more of an interesting thing to see if and when we have some of our rebels actually like speaking together in person again. And that might take some time.
Yeah.
But given that we're for BBY, time skips might be really hard to do without like going super close to things that are happening soon.
But we could do another year. And I would love to see that. I feel like this does leave off on some good points because we concretely establish what the situation is with Cyril and Dedra's relationship, and having time to then progress that off screen, I think works really well. We have Cassian
reuniting with family, basically.
Reuniting with family, but also then going off to then probably reunite with the rebellion in whatever way that works.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, we'll see.
So I feel like that's, yeah.
We have Mon Mothma and Luthen basically establishing that the rebellion is starting to demand people make sacrifices.
Mm-hmm.
And that is something that Mon Mothma has not fully reconciled with yet. So,
right.
Yeah, let's head towards that. But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about Star Wars in general. Also, be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So if you have anything that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.